Okay, looking at the problem, the first thing I would try, and I want to point out that when I'm doing these problem sets, I try multiple things, and then I try to determine which one's going to be the easiest one to go forward on. I can't remember exactly what I did with this problem, but be honest with you, looking at it, I would try factoring like right from the beginning. And what would you get? You get x plus y. It's a sum of cubes, right? You get x squared minus xy plus y squared. And I'd even factor the other side too. And it's because it's easy to factor, right? What do you get? 2a, and then you get a squared plus 12. All right? And then I'd factor the other guy, and that's xy. And we left off with there, x plus y. And then when you get up here, you get 2a over a squared minus 4. And then I would say divide. And if you did that, the x plus y is canceled out, provided that x plus y is not 0. But I'm just playing around with it. I'm not even worried about that. And you get xy over here. On the other side, you just get a squared plus 12. I forgot to do the division, by the way. A squared minus 4. And this is where I start to realize I'm kind of in trouble now. And what I mean by trouble, I really don't see anything clear at this stage. Now, granted, maybe there is something clear. I just don't see it. Like, for example, maybe say, oh, I'll do this. X over y minus 1 plus y over x is equal to a squared plus 12 a squared minus 4. Then you might say, oh, I see reciprocals. Then you go to the quadratic formula. It just seems like a really tough, but I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it looks really tough to me, all right? So I'm going to erase that, indicating I don't think that's the way I want to go, all right? It just seems too difficult. But you know what? Maybe I'm just not, I'm turning around before I see paradise. So the way I arrived at this, I'll tell you what I did do. And you may think it's like, this is really peculiar what you've done. And what I did was I multiplied the second equation by 3. And that stayed it right over here. And I added it to the first equation to produce perfect cube. All right? Now someone says, how long did it take you to get there? Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. If you knew about, and I'll write down what I mean by this, x plus y cubed. If I just thought about that, well, what would you get? You get x cubed plus 3x squared y plus 3x y squared plus y cubed. That's why I multiplied the second equation by 3. So let's do that. So it's x cubed. I'm going to do 3 times the second equation. I'm adding it on, by the way. That's going to be 3x squared y plus 3x y squared. Whoops, put 3 there. Plus y cubed. Let me repeat this. I'm multiplying the second equation by 3, adding it to the first equation. Well, what do you get there? You get 2a cubed plus 24a plus, I got to be careful here. I'm multiplying by 3, right? 6a squared minus 4. We're not done yet, but I do know one thing about the left side. Now it's x plus y cubed. What do you get on the right side? Well, I gotta be careful now. I get 2a cubed and 6a cubed. So 2 and 6 is 8a cubed. And you get 24a minus 24a. Isn't that convenient, right? What does that mean? There's no a's. So I got something really simple by doing that. Then the question comes, what's x plus y? X plus y, excuse me, is just simply 2a. All right? Isn't that convenient? And so I'm going to point this out to you. And this is right over here. We did all that work we got there. Now, of course, what are you going to do now? Well, this is, for a lot of people, this is the tough part. But what I'm going to do is, you got to plug it in somewhere. And so let's just say what it means to plug something in. I'm going to solve this for either x or y. Really doesn't much matter. I think I want to solve for y, though. What's y going to be? 2a minus x. Then what are you going to do? Plug it in. And I'll be honest with you, where you plug it in is entirely up to you. I'm going to plug it in here. And what do you get? Let's see. You get x cubed. Now I got trouble now. I got to cube this thing. That's going to be 8a cubed minus x cubed. This is still going to be 2a cubed plus 24a. Got to do the middle terms, and it's a cube problem, so it's going to be 3 times, let's see, I got to square the 2a, so that's 4a squared times the x. So that's 12a squared x. I'm sorry, it's not plus, it's minus. My mistake. Minus 12a squared x. And then I get plus 3 times 2a, and that would be x squared, which is 6a x squared. All right, I'm going to get my eraser out, and I'm going to start simplifying things. And if I do that, I'm going to be very careful here. The x cubes disappear. And we left off with, let's write this down. Let's see, 6a x squared. I see that. Let's see, minus 12a squared x. I see that. And then what do I get? I get a bunch of things here, don't I? I'm going to get plus 6a cubed. I'm doing these two. Minus 24a equals 0. Well, it's clearly quadratic, and I'm going to make a stab at it, all right? Now, before I do that, I'm going to write this over here for you. 6a x squared minus 12 a squared. You know what I'm going to do before I do that? I'm going to divide through by a. Just give me 1 second to do so. Get my eraser out. And just make it a little bit easier on me. You know what? I can divide by 6a. So I'm going to divide by 6a. And what do you get? You're going to get x squared minus, I have to be real careful here, right? So 2a x plus, I'm divided by 6a. That's a squared minus 4 equals 0. Well, things are getting a little more apparent to me. I'm going to write this as x squared minus 2ax. And I'm going to write this as plus a minus 2, a plus 2 equals 0. Let's take a stab at it. What do you get? X. And make it a little bigger than that. I got to erase that now. And these are not easy questions. They really aren't. It's going to be x. I'm going to make a stab at it. And someone says, what do you mean you're making a stab at it? I'm not really sure it's going to work. So I'm going to say a plus 2 here. And a minus 2 over here. All right? And let's see if we can do that. I'm going to say minus minus. Do we get the first one, x squared? Of course we do. Do we get the last one? Yeah, we do. Do I get the middle? I don't know. I'll write this down. So what would you get? You would get minus a plus 2 minus a minus 2. Well, the 2's cancel, minus 2a. I have my answer now. What's x? X is a minus 2, or the x is a plus 2. Now, I realize somebody said they're exhausted. They don't know where to go with this. You got another problem on your hand. You got to find out what the y is for these things over here. I want to point out, I probably would use these equations over here to do it, all right? So let's put the y down. What's it going to be? The y is going to be 2a minus a, which is a, and then a plus x. Let's do the other one down. Y equals, I got to be careful here too, right? What's going to be 2a minus 2. So it's going to be a minus x, right? These are far more difficult questions, by the way. Let me write down my answer, though. My answer could be a plus 2, comma, a minus x. The other answer is a minus 2, a plus x. Let's get a little red marker out, see how we did. A plus 2, a minus, wait a second. I made a mistake, and I just saw it. We got to go back over and do it again. Now, by the way, not the whole problem. I made a mistake in this thing over here, and I don't know why I did that, right? Maybe I wasn't really thinking. And I want to point out what I'm saying over here. I'm writing down. I'll write it down for you. I was making sure that you knew I was using y equals 2a minus x, and I said something, and I wrote something down that completely different from what I was saying. And y is going to be 2a minus x. Well, it's 2a minus a, right? Which is going to be a, and minus minus 2 is plus 2. What's this one over here? 2a minus a, which is a, and then I get the minus 2. Sorry about that. Let me write this down. The answer is a minus 2, comma, a plus 2. The other answer is a plus 2, a minus 2. Let's get a red pen out, see how we did. A plus 2, a minus 2, a minus 2, a plus 2. All right? Okay. Are there other ways to do the problem? Of course there are. You decide how you want to do the problem now. It isn't like one way is the only way to get to the end of it. There's probably many ways. Ways probably are simpler than what I'm describing. All right? Let me again emphasize to you who I am. I'm Ron Bannon. My email address is Bannon, B as in boy, the @ symbol, nnon.us. And again, we're just talking through the documents, all we're doing. Thank you.